One nice thing in your house can quietly convince you that everything else you own is garbage. You get a new couch, and suddenly the coffee table looks like it crawled out of a dumpster. You buy one pair of crisp white sneakers, and now every t-shirt in your closet looks stained and sad next to them. You upgrade your phone, and the case, the charger, even the earbuds start to feel like hand-me-downs from a poorer version of you. Maybe you painted one wall a beautiful new color for a weekend project, and now the other 3 walls look like they belong in a different, worse house. That specific gut punch, where one purchase makes everything around it look wrong, one at a time, like dominoes falling, has a name. It's called the Diderot Effect, named after the 18th century French philosopher Denis Diderot, though it wasn't formally identified and labeled until 1988 by anthropologist Grant McCracken. Here's where it starts. In 1769, Diderot wrote an essay called "Regrets on Parting with My Old Dressing Gown." A friend had given him a beautiful scarlet robe as a gift, soft, rich, expensive-looking, nothing like the ratty old robe he'd worn for years while writing. He loved it. But sitting at his old, worn writing desk in his cluttered, comfortable study, the robe suddenly made everything else look cheap by comparison. The desk looked shabby next to it. The chair looked broken down. Even the straw that stuffed his old chair seemed to mock the new fabric on his back. So over the following months, he replaced the desk with a new one. Then the chair. Then the wall tapestry, then the prints hanging next to it, then a mirror to match, chasing a study that could finally live up to one piece of scarlet cloth. By the end of it, he wrote that he'd gone from being master of my old robe to a slave of my new one. And he found himself in real debt over a gift that had cost him absolutely nothing to receive. Have you ever bought one nice throw pillow and decided, somehow, the whole couch had to go? Or gotten a wedding gift so nice, a fancy blender, a set of real crystal glasses, that it made your entire kitchen look like evidence against you in a trial you didn't know you were having? Now fast forward to 1988. Grant McCracken, the anthropologist who eventually named the effect after Diderot, interviewed dozens of households for his research and found the exact same spiral, but from a completely different angle. It wasn't just about objects clashing with each other on a desk. It was about identity clashing in front of other people. He found that when someone received one high-status item, a new couch, a nice watch, an upgraded car sitting in the driveway, it broke what he called a Diderot unity. The unspoken, coherent set of belongings that quietly tells a consistent story about who you are, especially to guests who are scanning the room without even realizing they're doing it. People in his interviews described feeling almost embarrassed hosting friends after one new item arrived, like their older belongings were suddenly on display as proof of a lesser, outdated, more broke version of themselves standing in the same room. One item in a whole apartment, and suddenly the rest felt like a costume that didn't fit anymore. Have you ever scrubbed the bathroom extra hard, or quietly swapped in new hand towels, or hidden a scuffed lamp in a closet right before someone new saw your place? Not because anything was actually broken, but because it just didn't go together anymore. Here's the mechanism running underneath both of those stories. Your brain doesn't evaluate your belongings one item at a time. It reads them as a set, a coherent signal of identity and status, both to yourself in private and to everyone around you in public. One new high-status item resets the reference point for the whole collection, and anything that now falls below that new bar starts producing what researchers call identity dissonance. A nagging, itchy sense that your stuff no longer matches your own story about who you are. For most of human history, this instinct actually made a lot of sense. In a small tribe where everyone could see everything you owned in a single glance around a fire, having a coherent, decent set of belongings was a real, honest signal of resources, competence, and alliances worth trusting or marrying into. Mismatched, mixed-quality possessions back then might genuinely have meant something was unstable about your situation. The problem is that this instinct never learned when to stop. It never got the memo that the world changed. In a world with infinite consumer goods, endless product categories, and one-click checkout at 2 in the morning, it just keeps recalibrating upward, purchase after purchase forever, with no fire and no tribe ever actually watching. So here's the 2-second gut check worth running before the next matching purchase. Whatever it is, a rug, a bag, a second pair of shoes to go with the first. Would this specific thing have crossed your mind yesterday before the new item existed? If the honest answer is no, you're not filling an actual need, you're just finishing a story your brain invented the moment the first thing arrived. You're allowed to let that story stay unfinished. It's a robe. It never actually required a new office, and your couch pillow never actually required a new couch. So tell us, what's the purchase you can trace a whole cascade of spending back to? The one item that quietly turned into 3, 4, 5 more before you even noticed what was happening. Drop the story in the comments and tag the one friend whose closet or apartment is living proof they've never stopped buying since their own robe moment.